Good morning, and welcome to Lowcountry Charity Spotlight, presented by Merchant Cooperative. This morning, Christian Maurer is spotlighting one Lowcountry charity that is helping make our local community a better place. Merchant Cooperative, a full-service credit card processing company, is proud to sponsor Lowcountry Charity Spotlight each Saturday morning here on News Radio 94.3 WSC. And now your host, Christian Maurer.
Good morning, everybody. Early Saturday morning. I'm here with, my name's Christian Maurer. I'm here with Tom Powers.
How you doing?
Good, Tom. You look a lot different. You get a haircut?
I did.
Been in the gym or
and
what?
I shaved.
Wow.
Got past that no shave November.
Well, we're here this morning with Palmetto Warrior Connection with Jermaine Husser, the executive director. How are you this morning, Jermaine?
Hey, I'm just fine. Thank you, Christian and Tom, for having me.
You got it.
Yeah, well, let's start off. Of course, we want to get the word out. We want people to donate. Tell us a little bit about the Warrior Connection.
Yeah, we are a new organization in town being modeled after the Augusta Warrior Project out of Augusta, Georgia. They've seen great success over the past 3 years. And so Wounded Warrior Project saw what Augusta Warrior Project was doing and reintegrating post 9/11 warriors back into the community. And they wanted to start supporting other communities to stand up with this same type of service. And so they came to Charleston, South Carolina, and met with Goodwill officials. And this seemed like a good fit for Charleston and also for Goodwill. And so Goodwill incubated the program and now is standing up this new organization to help reintegrate warriors back into the community.
So it's part of Goodwill is helping you guys out, helping it get started and moving it forward. So this is where I think you were saying before, Goodwill used to help place wounded vets and whatnot into jobs and career paths or things of that nature. So now this is going to kind of be not rebranded in a marketing way, but just a whole new organization driven towards that.
Yeah, Tom, what they were doing was more reactive. Our pre-9/11 warriors, they at times were homeless because they were not getting the support they needed. And so this is more of a proactive approach, getting in front of the warriors, spreading the word, letting them know as they transition that an organization like Palmetto Warrior Connection exists and that we're here to support and wrap them up.
How long has it existed here? You said
We've been in existence for 6 months. So over the past 6 months, we've served close to 500 post 9/11 warriors in the community.
In 6 months?
And 6 months.
That many in 6 months?
Absolutely.
How many guys are out there, Tom? What do you know?
Close
that's a lot.
to 9,400.
Wow. Just in the Lowcountry region?
Just in the Tri-County area.
Well, you think that's just a lot of guys coming here after their service, or they come here with the service and kind of fall in love with the area. I think Charleston's got a long history of a veteran community.
I'm from Charleston, Tom, so we were ranked number 1 in hospitality and number 1 in tourism, and this is a destination place, so a lot of warriors will be continuing to come to us.
Oh, yeah. My dad did his whole career with the VA, and here. And
what branch was your dad with, Tom?
He was in the Army.
Cool.
Yeah,
Army guy myself. So
good.
Kudos to your father.
Oh yeah, he did. He actually did 3 tours in Vietnam. Believe it or not.
Wow. I know your dad real well.
Yeah,
and what a great guy.
Awesome.
There was, I think it was one year we had the same shirts like the movie Twins, and I'm real big and his dad's short. We had a riot. I'll never forget that down on Folly Beach.
Oh, nice. he's a good time. Well, The proper name for this is the Palmetto Warrior Connection.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
And so what is there a place now, like is there a website up for it? Is it intertwined into Goodwill stuff, or how do people get a hold of you or go online and look at more stuff? Yeah,
we are standing up as our own organization with the support of Goodwill and the Wounded Warrior Foundation. Our website is palmettowarriorconnection.org.
Okay.
If someone wants to give us a call, they can call us at 843-414-9736 to find out about our services we provide.
You can always go to our website too, lowcountrycharityspotlight.com, to see archives of the show. And gosh, the first segment's already flying by. We'll get back after the break here and get into some more.
We are. You're listening to Lowcountry Charity Spotlight, presented by the Merchant Cooperative. Welcome back.
Hey.
Yep, sir. We're here with the executive director, Palmetto Warrior Connection, Jermaine Husser, right?
Yeah.
And I'm
One of them.
One of them. War heroes.
Yeah. War heroes.
Jermaine, what are war heroes? It's the guys that are, out there that are famous ones. You got your Patton and.
Isn't.
Wow.
In the history.
I know we've got a local guy, General Livingston, here in town is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a great community guy.
Let's get back to business here. Can you touch on some of the issues, Jermaine, that families in the military face in transition, becoming from military to civilian life?
Yeah, Christian, I myself was a U.S. Army vet, and when I got out in '96, coming back to the community where I grew up in was a tough transition for me because I was able to drive for a colonel, fortunately, for my last 2 years with my term, and he gave me a letter and told me to come back to Charleston, South Carolina, and make a difference. But bringing a letter from a lieutenant colonel to community leaders doesn't mean much. It just says that, hey, I believe in this guy and I think he can make a difference. So I started coming back with some sales jobs and started plundering around and was fortunate enough to meet someone at the Lowcountry Food Bank and start my career there, where I was able to be successful at helping that organization grow.
How long did you serve, Jermaine?
I served for 4 years.
Awesome.
Fort Carson, Colorado.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And so you kind of got into philanthropy then.
Yeah, this is my mission. My next mission out of the military was to help serve others. And so what we've been doing, and with this organization, I get to continue to do it, is to help warriors transition and their families. For instance, we've had a warrior that came to us recently that is attending a local college here in town, and he suffers from PTSD.
How old is he?
He's 26 years old and has a little girl.
You see a lot of young guys.
We are. And he stated that he's having a tough time testing at this local campus. The campus states that they're military friendly, but they put him in a room about this size, Christian, with no windows and one exit. And they wanted this guy to be successful, and
sounds
he couldn't
like the
do
old
it.
studio.
And he couldn't be successful because someone who struggles with PTSD, they need to have all visual outside.
What is that?
Is post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Okay, just for our listeners.
And they need to be able to have two exits so he can know what his exit strategy would be. And so we went to the local campus and talked to the president and his staff, and we're now going to be putting in a new testing center with that local college to have a 360 view, but also two exits for all warriors that now go to this campus. So that was a huge win-win for not only the campus, but for also the warriors that will be going and attending that campus now.
Tom, that's something that would never dawn on me. But by listening to that story there.
Well, I certainly myself have never been in that situation, so I don't know either. So I can only imagine, and Jermaine, you tell me that it's probably hard for anybody to fathom. It's hard for me to fathom it, what you have to live with on a daily basis when you're in combat, that you're living with this whole new set of psychological like scenarios. Every day you're in danger. So I guess the only thing that helps is the military training is training these guys to be in this high stress situation, and it's hard for them to unlearn that training.
It is.
Is that part of what PTSD tries to cover?
Yeah, and also they see and hear and do things that the average citizen would not even imagine. And so when you're a warrior, when you volunteer to serve this great country, you give Uncle Sam a blank check. And like you stated, they're able to send you anywhere, and that's in danger and not knowing if you're going to come back home or not. And so when our warriors are coming back with, PTSD or TBI, traumatic brain injury, we need to be able to support and wrap those warriors up, but also educate the community on how to support our warriors when they have challenges that you can't see.
Well, what are some of the things that you guys do specifically with your project that is helping some of these local fellas?
So we have been able to help with education support, like what we've done recently at Trident Tech, where there's about 3,000 warriors that attend.
Wow.
We're going to
That
be
many at Trident
that
Tech.
many, and that's what they can count right now, Tom.
Do they get help from the government as far as funding, money?
They don't, except for the GI Bill that is through the warrior attending the local college.
So Uncle Sam, basically, they do their tour duty, and then they're put back into society,
Yep.
and there's no support from Uncle Sam after that?
There is no support. You get released with a parachute, and the only benefits you have are what you earned, and you need someone to help you navigate those benefits that you've earned and be able to utilize them effectively.
Wow.
And so at Trident Tech, we're working with our warriors there to effectively use their GI Bill, but to also have a veterans lounge that they're putting in to be able to have a common place for post 9/11 warriors and warriors to come in fellowship, to learn from each other, to have a conversation. But also they're going to be doing an all veterans orientation so that every warrior that goes to Trident Tech knows who their point of contact is, but also know what resources on campus are available to them.
Jermaine, where do you get most of your funding?
The Wounded Warrior Foundation and also Goodwill of Lower South Carolina.
So that's like the Wounded Warrior. That's the big foundation.
The big umbrella, yep.
Yeah.
The big boys, yep.
Yeah, Tiger Woods this weekend is going to acknowledge the Wounded Warrior.
Absolutely.
I think he got like $8 million for an endorsement.
He most recently did for some.
Did he get $8 million?
For some new endorsement deal he got, yeah.
Well,
$8 million a year.
I think Tiger would give that money back to the guys, but, you know.
I would hope so.
I think he does a lot of good stuff.
$8 million, I'll do a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. That's amazing to me. 3,000 guys just at Trident Tech.
Yeah, and that's just in education. We also help with housing. We also help with employment services, re-engaging our guys and gals into career paths.
Right.
What we're finding out is that the challenge is that if you have been in the infantry or a loadmaster, how do you relate those skills, military, into civilian? And so we've been working with our warriors and HR professionals to try to make sure we're able to transfer those skills into civilian.
Do you have any local businesses here that are partnered up with you? Or do you have any success stories
There
with?
have been some very generous partners already. Benefit Focus is a partner in the area. Allied Barton has been very supportive. The hospitality industry here, Events Works, Mike and his whole team over at Events Works is looking to hire heroes as well who are returning back. So we've been getting some good support from employers that want to hire heroes.
So if there's somebody listening right now that they themselves, or if they know, a warrior, a hero like you're talking about, that's looking, maybe just needs just that little bit of a talking to all the way to some real help and direction, they should contact you. That's what it sounds like, that you guys are becoming this focal point, a contact point.
Yeah, Tom, we want to be the first stop for all warriors that are in this community to find out what are the community and military benefits that they have earned.
Gotcha.
And we keep emphasizing these women and men have earned these benefits, and we just want to make sure that they're effectively utilizing them and getting the support that they need.
How many of these people would you say have benefits they don't even, like when you meet somebody and really get into the conversation with them, what kind of percentage would you say that don't really even understand what they got to utilize?
90%.
Really?
Good point, Tom. So 90% of the men and women in your program don't realize what's available for them after they've served our country.
I'm still learning new benefits that I still have when I served. And so, I feel like I'm pretty educated on that stuff, but even I'm learning new things that I should be getting, but also can help share with other warriors.
So people can go on and donate on the website, correct?
They can go to Goodwill's website, and we are on our website, Palmetto Warrior Connection. We've got a link for individuals that would like to donate to us, and they just make it out to Goodwill Industries, and it will come to our program, Palmetto Warrior Connection.
So that's, Christian says it all the time. He says it best. Nonprofit organizations still need to actually make money.
Well, sure.
To operate.
Basically, you got everyone thinks nonprofit. Oh, well, they don't pay certain taxes, but they put so much money back into the community to help our men and women that have served our countries.
Yeah. A lot of people forget, too, when they see programs that might be related to something. We've seen this working with lots of charities. If it's something that seems like it's related to the government, for example, we had Habitat for Humanity in here.
Right.
They think that that's part of some kind of government welfare program, and it's not. It's
they think checks are coming in from, that Congress is saying give them, $2 billion or something.
They're not getting one penny. So, I mean, I'm sure it's the same thing with you guys that people have to understand, even though it's somewhat affiliated with the military, this is a philanthropy charity organization that through the community's goodwill turns right around and helps the community out.
Yeah, that's a great point, Tom. Even though we're affiliated with Wounded Warrior Project and they're supporting us for the next 3 years, in 3 years they're going to pull back and we're going to be looking for the Charleston and surrounding community to continue to support this organization because of the results that we've provided. And so we're out fundraising. I'm out talking to as many groups as possible, and we've had some good results. Francis Marion just gave us a contribution of $2,500. The Daniel Island Club has given us $3,500. So we're starting to get some monies in, and that's just in 6 months because they're starting to see the work that we've been doing.
Jermaine, can you share a success story of a young man or woman that sticks out in your mind, something heartfelt that you can remember, how this organization or one of the organizations that you've been connected to has helped?
Yeah, a warrior and his wife just moved to our area right as we were standing up, and they were one of our first clients to come to the door, and he wanted to purchase a home. It would be his first home with he and his wife in Charleston. And once we started digging into his case, we found out that he had some really challenging issues with his credit, but he also didn't know how to engage the benefits of his VA loan. And I'm excited to say that last month that we were able to clean up his credit enough and navigate the home loan to where he and his family moved into their first home in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, with their own little picket fence and their dog. So we're excited.
It's just more, those are the type of things that are just so much more involved. Hey, I need a house. I don't know how to do this. How can I help?
It can be a nightmare.
Right.
My credit.
Absolutely. Yep. And he's now standing up, living his American dream and becoming self-sufficient.
Well, that's a great success story. I mean, that when you look at something like that, you've taken somebody that probably when he first started realizing how bad his credit was, a lot of people when they're younger, it's kind of like, who cares if my credit gets messed up? But once it really hits home when you're trying to buy a house and you got a family and you're, that in and of itself for your average American can be a depressing situation. If you add on that residual stress from being in the military and coming back to try to get that new career going in civilian life, what a depressing situation. And now this has turned around into going home, putting your own key in your own door. There's no other feeling like that when you get that home ownership happening for somebody, for sure.
Greatest American dream.
That's right.
And when I first owned my first home, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's killer. Well, we're coming up close to another segment here. We'll come back and get some more stories going on here with the Palmetto Warrior Connection. Remember, you can check a little bit more out about them at palmettowarriorconnection.org. You can also donate there or go to Goodwill's website and donate there and specify it for the Palmetto Warrior Connection. What's a good phone number if they wanted to get a hold of you, Jermaine?
843-414-9736, and just ask for Jermaine Husser.
Gotcha.
Be happy to serve.
We will put that on our website too, lowcountrycharityspotlight.com. And we'll come back here at another break and wrap this one up.
Okay, everybody, remember, give to a charity. Give to Jermaine and his staff to help these young men and women further themselves and better themselves. You're listening to Charleston's first and only FM News Talk Radio, 94.3. Welcome back. Saturday morning, here with Tom Powers, Jermaine Husser, talking about the Wounded Warriors. Palmetto Warrior Connection.
Too fast.
Jermaine, what's the number one the thing that you would say is the number one point that you want to get out this morning?
Yeah, I think the most shocking thing that we have seen and heard is that every 65 minutes in this great country that we live in, a warrior commits suicide.
Oh, God.
That's 22 warriors a day, Tom, that
22
commits
a day.
Suicide in this country because they feel isolated and they've lost hope. And I think if we as an organization, amongst other community members, leaders, can wrap our arms around these warriors as they transition, to not only just give them a place that they can come to and get the support they need, but to also provide hope. Help them get back on their feet, to know that this community loves them and adores them, and thanks them truly for the service that they rendered.
Excellent point.
I mean, yeah, that's just what we were saying before. I mean, if anyone listening to the show today, if you yourself are a warrior, a hero, a veteran, or if you know somebody that is, even if they might not seem like they need any help or direction, it doesn't hurt to get a hold of Jermaine and find out what's going on. Just like you said, there might be some benefits that could really help you that you don't even know about.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm sure you guys are probably looking not only for donations, but volunteers too. How would that work for somebody?
Yeah, so we've been asking those individuals that we connect with, as you said, Tom, that have transitioned well. If you're a warrior out there and you've transitioned well, we're excited for you. We just want you to re-engage and help serve another warrior. And so to have a buddy system is what we're standing up, is a buddy system to help other warriors that may not be transitioning so well, that you can be a mentor for them.
Yeah, to show them, look,
hey,
I've gone through this.
Absolutely.
Everything's going to be good.
You can make it.
Yeah.
Here's some hope. I'm going to help you with X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Is beneficial. That's part of service, your continued service to our country. But also, we have a number of outreach activities that we do. We had a busy weekend recently with the Veterans Day weekend. Mm-hmm. We were in the parade. We were in the run. We were at the barbecue. We were all over the place. And we needed close to 30 volunteers that day, and we were fortunate enough to have enough people come out to help us. And so we have a number of activities like that we do throughout the year as well, where volunteers can help.
Barbecue definitely does help get more people to volunteer.
It does.
There's no doubt about that.
We'll sign you up then, Tom. Yes.
What events do you got coming up, Jermaine?
So a big event that we're excited about is on the 13th of this month. We're doing a joint event with the Wounded Warrior Project out of Fayetteville in West Ashley at Crosstown Church. They have a gym, and we're going to be serving over 200 warriors and their families with gift baskets, a holiday meal, and activities for their children.
So anyone can come by and participate?
Anyone can come by and participate. And so if they want to sign up, if you're a warrior out there and you want to come by and be engaged, please give us a call or please sign up on our website for that event on the 13th from 4 until 7 p.m.
Do you guys, the plans going forward, got any major stuff happening around the first of the year? Anything going that you could specifically tell someone to take action on?
Yeah, first of the year, if we're trying to stand up a board for this organization, an advisory board. And so if there's anyone out there who is just as passionate as I am about helping our warriors transition, please get in contact with me so we can get you connected in, so we can help stand up this organization and serve as a board so we can become our own 501c3 organization.
Awesome. Jermaine, you get a lot of connections. I see that you were the past president of the Rotary Club of Charleston.
Yeah, one of the best Rotary clubs in the area, amongst all the others, Daniel Allen and West Ashley, Somerville. They've been very supportive of our effort, and anyone else out there who wants to help us, we would love to have you.
Well, that wraps up a whole nother show. Can you believe it, Christian?
Yeah,
just like
fast.
that. Well, great show today, too. Don't forget PalmettoWarriorConnection.org. Yep. You can also go to Goodwill. You can also hear the show again on LowCountryCharitySpotlight.com. Our fearless leader, Christian.
Jermaine, I want to thank you and what you do for these men and women out there. Sometimes it's a thankless job, but, God bless you, man.
Thank you.
That's from
Christian.
my heart.
I appreciate it. Thank you, and
I wish
Tom.
you the best of luck. I do. And anything we can do to help, you can count on us. You're listening to Low Country Charity Spotlight, presented by the Merchant Cooperative.
Lowcountry Charity Spotlight is presented each week by Merchant Cooperative, a full-service credit card processing company that provides payment processing services to businesses all over the Lowcountry. Please help and support this morning's charity so they can continue their good works. Thank you for listening, and be sure to join us each Saturday morning at 7:30 here at News Radio 94.3 WSC.